Get started and want to say thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for contributing to the space, whether you are here live or you're watching this on the replay. So important to stay in community, especially in sisterhood, for us to evolve, to really be able to learn the lessons that we're meant to learn, and know that we're not by our on our own. Really support each other, especially to this next version that we're all calling in, which is queen energy, finances, wealth, abundance, pleasure. So today we're going to talk about the energies that we're moving through, that we just passed. For the last couple of weeks, we've been moving through a lot of eclipse energy, and we just had a full moon in Aries on October 6th. So before we start that, let's drop in and get centered. Let's connect to each other and to spirit, to source, to our higher selves. So sit up straight, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let go of everything on your mind, everything from the week, everything of your day. Slowly taking an inhale again. This time envisioning beautiful purple, violet flame coming in through your nose, into your lungs, down your belly, up into your neck and shoulders and head and crown. And imagine this ultraviolet flame's fire transcending, alchemizing any density, any fears or any worries, any limiting beliefs and old patterns that might be left in our energy field as we still purge into this new energy we're calling in, allowing that ultraviolet light to seep out of your feet, come out of your hands, out of your crown chakra, and form like a beautiful bubble around you. This bubble is filled with glitter, gold, ultraviolet light. You start to see the purple around you, filling in every void, every part of your being, your sense of self, every part and every connection that you connected with today or in the last week. See this ultraviolet light go into every aspect, every person, every situation, transcending and disconnecting from those situations, places, people, and things. As this ultraviolet light connects into any energy cords you have that are still active, as soon as it is moved through that energy cord, you start to see it disintegrate. You start to disconnect from these situations, these emotions, these people, these limiting beliefs, past versions of self, old relationships. See all these energetic cords start to disintegrate, dissolve. And on your next breath, you're in your mind, you're going to say, I call back all my energy. I call back all my energy. I call back all my energy in this time and space, across all timelines, all dimensions. And just breathe and feel how your energy comes back to you, filling in your beautiful vessel with empowerment, with love, with confidence. Now visualize from your root chakra, roots growing, either going straight down into Mother Earth or coming down your thighs, your knees, coming down your ankles and out of your feet. And see that going down all the way down through her waters, through her rocks and her soil. And then you start to see a beautiful green emerald color heart or sphere of light in the center of Mother Earth. And as you breathe, you get closer and closer. And with this intention, we intentionally ask our higher self to ground our roots into Mother Earth's beautiful emerald heart, As you breathe, feel the energy underneath your feet. We ask Mother Earth during this call to transmute and alchemize anything that's not a positive vibration, positive polarity, or God's light, anything that's keeping us from our authentic self, from fully being in our power, from voicing our voice and our opinions, from setting boundaries, and anything in between that we are conscious or unconscious. We ask that our soul and Mother Earth, behind the scenes, alchemize and transcend everything that our soul and our body is ready to alchemize and transmute for us to become higher vibrational beings and more alignment with our authentic higher self. Visualize all that stagnant gray energy leave your body down to Mother Earth. With so much love, allow that waterfall of density leave your body, and we ask Mother Earth to transmute it and send that light transmuted and created into gold, beautiful light, a gold flame full of abundance and love and confidence and courage. Sending that beam of light out to the sun, grabbing all the flames and fire and activations that we're ready to receive. Sending that yellow light, that golden, beautiful light into the moon, stabilizing in our emotional body, shining light to the unconscious patterns, emotions, beliefs with gentleness, with compassion, with love, so that we can see it, hold ourselves through it, and alchemize it into a higher vibration. Taking a deep breath in the space. 1, 2, 3. And on the exhale, relaxing, coming into your body as this golden, glittery flame of yellow light comes down from the moon into our solar system, into Earth, right above our heads. And on the next breath, you're going to invite that golden flame into your body, cleansing, clearing, raising the vibration of every cell, of every atom, of every energetic space in this time and across all timelines. Instantly raising the vibration into higher consciousness, into wealth consciousness, into expansion of love, equal giving and receiving, expanding our self-worth and our confidence. See how each cell gets activated with these new codes as the light comes down into your pituitary gland, your eyes, and your neck, and your shoulders, into your thymus chakra, right below your throat and above your heart chakra, into your heart chakra, your lungs, your belly, your intestines, your uterus, your ovaries, your hips, and every energetic center. See yourself lighting up like a beautiful beam of light. This beam of light becomes stronger and stronger, and it blends with the ultraviolet bubble around you. Now you see yourself inside this ultraviolet bubble, filled with gold glitter and gold light. Maybe you see yourself sitting down in the center and crossing your legs. Maybe you're laying down, or Or maybe you're having a vision that your inner child wants you to experience. We're going to ask our angels, our guides of 100% God's light, our ascended masters, our ancestors, and light beings, light workers on the other side, to surround this bubble of light to all those on this call, to all those watching this on the replay, in the future, and from the past. We ask that we receive a healing that our soul and our body is ready to receive. We ask each angel to open channels of light from their heart space, sending it into the field, and opening your heart to receive this healing for the next few minutes. Breathing and receiving. Breathing and receiving. Breathing and receiving. giving, receiving, breathing, and allowing. Connecting to your body, connecting to the women, divine feminine inside of you. And taking a moment to setting an intention. What you desire, a promise to yourself. How can you activate and how can you embody a better version of yourself for the rest of this month? Let's take 3 to 6 deep breaths as you think of that. I'll give you a minute to set that intention. Beautiful. And giving gratitude and love to yourself as you put your hands on your heart. Thank your vessel for housing your soul. Thank your soul for guiding you in this evolution, in this coming back home to your authenticity, to your power, to your sacredness, to the abundance, to the sexuality and sensualness. It wants to be expressed through your body, through your feelings, through your voice. Thanking our guides for the beautiful healing, for the activation. Thanking our ancestors for paving the way for us to be here today. Thanking ourselves for putting in the work, for the devotion, for every day waking up and still choosing to put in the work for ourselves, knowing that that is the only way we can create change. Taking radical responsibility and stop playing small. Thank you to the woman that is fearless, courageously, and today has promised herself to do the things, to do the commitment, to do the hard work, to align with her best version, to align with abundance, wealth, and divine love. And so it is, and so it be. Taking a deep breath in through your nose, holding. And as you exhale, visualize that leaving your body as glitter, planting seeds on every place around you, across all timelines and all dimensions. Coming back to your heart and behind your eyes. And opening your eyes, coming back to the present moment. Beautiful, feeling whole and relaxed. All right. Well, today let's talk about the energies we are just was activated on this full moon on Monday. The energy that we are still going to be in for the rest of the month. This helps us to understand and how we can move forward on a daily basis. How can we recommit to ourselves? How can we embody that version of us that we're calling in? These past couple weeks and the energy moving forward no longer has space for excuses, for playing small, for not listening to your inner being or your intuition. There is no place for that. If we decide not to listen to those versions of us, if we decide to still do the things that we did before, to still play in small, we will encounter out of alignment, chaos, disharmony, not feeling ourselves, communication through our body. So I ask you, what are you willing to do for yourself? If I told you that everything you do today will align with the person and make you quantum leap into the person that you're calling in, would you dedicate more time to yourself? Would you go all in and stop having external validation or external noise take you out of what you are trying to achieve? If I told you that the only one that's putting limiting beliefs and limitations on yourself is yourself, are you willing to accept that and create change? And that is the theme for today's session. Are you willing to radically take ownership of your life and do the things you need to do to create the change you need to do in your life? We can no longer wait till tomorrow. It starts today. So we just had full moon on October 6th. It was intense. Definitely felt it days before and days after. A lot of grounding, a lot of coming back to your center, a lot of pausing and going inward to recalibrate is needed. Okay. This full moon was in Aries. Okay. And it was illuminating the shadow. It has illuminated the shadow that has kept you stuck for many years. It could be your excuses. It could be financial. It could be you not speaking your voice. The theme was all of that. Okay. You're no longer, and I want you guys to really feel into what I'm about to say and feel into the frequency of this message. You are no longer the woman who settles for scraps of her own power. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know that you are no longer the woman that deserves to be struggling, to be in chaos, to not feeling good, to waking up every day wishing she was different or living differently. You no longer are the woman that settles for love that is not consistent, not divine, and doesn't see you. You no longer will settle for not seeing yourself, not putting yourself first, not speaking up your voice, your truth, your desires. That moment when you realize that you've been playing small to make others comfortable, dimming your light because your full brightness made people uncomfortable. Every time you said yes when you meant to say no, you were betraying the woman you came here to be. I'm going to say that again. Every time you said yes when your body and your soul and your inner being said no or meant no, you're actually self-abandoning and rejecting the woman you came here to be. Illuminating the shadow of Aries is brings in fire. It brings in truth very fast, but also it gives us the opportunity to see it and take action right away. Okay. It is time for us to look at the other side, to choose to be reborn. You will not soar to new heights if you choose to keep weaving only half of your power. And you know you've been operating half-assed. What you're truly capable is so much more than that half-ass that you've been doing. You feel it every time you hold back in meetings or connections or speaking to your friends or family. Every time you undercharge your brilliance, every time you apologize for taking up space, every time you ghost your business, your lives, your connection, yourself for the next shiny distraction, whether it's online surfing or watching TV or paying attention to others and not doing what you need to do. Remember, it will take every ounce of you to be fully reclaimed by this fire that Aries has given us. This full moon in Aries was not only about burning the things that we no longer serve, but also igniting the fire within us, giving us the courage, giving us the determination, giving us this fearless energy of unfuckable. It is here for you, and it's here for you to take advantage of this energy. It's important that you don't let this energy pass you by because it's here to support you. Doesn't mean it'll be easy, but it means that you have the divine guidance and support with you. Okay. Are you ready to reclaim yourself? Not to fit in someone else's mold or your family's, but because you were always meant to be your own blueprint, your own uniqueness. That's what the full moon in Aries was bringing us. It was bringing a chance of us to rise as the phoenix, to open up and close karmic cycles, to redefine devotion and destiny, and dare to really step into who you're meant to be. So we might have noticed old karmic relationships, romantic, platonic, coming into our lives. It was meant for us to find closure, not to blame or point fingers, but see, what are we here to learn? What are we here to understand from this connection, from this experience, so that chapter can be closed and we can move in and call in a different version and more elevated version, a higher vibrational version of that experience, of that person, of that business, whatever this is in your life. Okay. The theme of this energy is illuminating your theme of independence, of self-expression and courage. It marks accumulation of points, and it reveals where you've been holding back your voice, your identity, or playing small into your desires, watering down your desires, right? Playing small. This energy reminds us that sometimes the bravest choices is simply to take the first step, is to commit to yourself every day, even if the outcome is uncertain or you're not seeing the results right away. This energy is here to direct bold and impatient energy. It's meant to break through the stagnation that we've all been in. Under this energy, you might feel a surge of clarity, like as of maybe Tuesday or Thursday, and we're still going to be experiencing. So whether you are seeing this in the end of October or November, this energy is still going to be here with us. It's going to bring fire, clarity. You might feel a little tired, and then the next moment clear and energized. It's very normal. So what do? You listen to your intuition. You listen to what your body's asking. Take it a moment of 30 minutes to rest and then get back up and do the thing. That's what this energy is bringing to us. This balance, this harmony of resting, being in this feminine, nurturing energy within ourselves and our body and our soul, but then taking that action, right? And so it might look like having a day or two during the week where you don't do anything. And then the rest of the days is super committed to do the thing that you have to do. It might look like balancing your daily schedule to have an even amount of play and an even amount of reconnection to yourself. Reconnection and resting is not being on your phone, being online, shopping or Google searching or on Instagram. It is reconnecting with your inner being, your inner self, the love within you. Okay, that's how the clarity will come about. All right, and through that clarity, you can start to take action. This energy asks you, where are you ready to stop waiting and start acting? So, and I'm not speaking only for others. What is this asking you, okay, your personal life to start? Maybe it's your spiritual journey. Maybe it's healing. Maybe it's spending more time with yourself because you're constantly taking care of your family or putting others first. But it also reminds us that not every impulse needs to be acted on immediately. So for the last couple of months, we've had this stagnant energy where we felt like divine inspiration, and then all of a sudden it went away. And what that was just dropping in little seeds for us to kind of connect to understand and see. Now, because Aries is all about taking action, fast movement, it's not about doing that in a not grounded way. It's actually taking divine inspiration action. So that looks very different. If you get a download or you get an idea, sit with it, see what unfolds, see if there's any other signs, see if this feels good, and then take the action. Because we're getting so many information, so many invitations, so many opportunities, if we take action on all of those that are not in alignment, we're going to feel burnt out, exhausted, and putting in time, energy, and effort onto things we don't need to. I'll give you an example. For me, a lot of things have been opening up. So many people contacted me to do retreats, workshops, working, doing all these things, projects. And although those are all great and beautiful, I am sitting back to see, what do I desire? What do I want? How do I want to show up? And then from my clarity and groundedness, what is in alignment with my mission, what I am being called to do, right? And some people might get lost in the idea of, wow, I'm being invited to all these things, to do all these things, let me do them all. But then your energy gets scattered, and then you can't really push through and put the energy in the correct place for action, right? So it's important for you to not act immediately, but to really ground and see, does this feel good to my body, to my soul? Is this in alignment with my highest self and my vision? Is this helping me, not only the other person, but is it helping me in my mission here? Okay. So the forecast for this month until the next about 30 days until the next full moon. The energetic forecast is love and relationships. Relationship dynamics feel charged as Aries pushes for independence and Libra seeks balance. The full moon invites honest conversations, speaking your truth, about needs and boundaries, even if it stirs discomfort. In career and finances, this full moon supports bold action at work, pitch launches, or advocate with clarity while keeping finances grounded in long-term plans. In spirituality and growth, we're looking at growth coming in through action, okay? Literal action. Test your truth in real time and use your practices like journaling, or what I like to always say, my source alignment method is that it's a framework on how to live a lifestyle that you're taking to growth. You're experiencing growth through your spiritual practices while embodying the mind and the soul all in one, right? It's important that we stay grounded in this, but take movement. And I call it like a boot camp. Like, you have to do the things you have to do in order for you to feel your best, right? And so that is one of the many things that were coming up in this full moon. And when I say full moon, it's not only to the day of the full moon, right? We're feeling the energy 3 to 4 days before and 3 to 4 days after. But this energy, and why I always do these energy reports and these workshops, is so that we can understand what's going on in the cosmos, what's going on within us, that are sensitives, that we feel, so that we won't feel alone, so that we know and have direction on where to go and how to use this energy to support us, not to be hindered or boxed in by these energies, right? It's not here to confine you, it's here to expand you, your soul, and everything you're meant to create in this beautiful 3D world, okay? So here are some portals that are coming in the next 7 to 9 days. So we, like I said, we might be feeling some post-eclipse fatigue, which is real. So honor your energy. If you need to rest, to rest. If you have the excitement and the energy to create, create. Because, excuse me, we're in Libra season. Everything that we do now and everything that we feel is looking for balance, for justice, for relationship repairs, okay? While we get slowly into more power and clarity throughout this month. Mercury, which is the planet of the mind, enters Scorpio, okay? Which is beautiful but intense. It is about truth codes. It's about clear boundaries with love, okay? This full moon activated a lot of people's emotional bodies. You might have had a lot of triggers or other people triggering you. remember that you can blame everything outside of you, the person, get annoyed. But the truth is that everything's a mirror. And if you are getting triggered, activated, bitching, um, complaining, doing all these things, remember that is all because of you. Why are you feeling that way? What is this circumstance? What is this person teaching me in this moment? Because it's not the outside world, it is the inside world. There's something there for you. There's medicine there. And that's how we really evolve on a soul level, on a spiritual level, when we can start to live a life always looking inside, right? And I found myself in the past, my old version of always being reactive, always wanting to correct people, always wanting to say, hey, this is how you do this is how you do that. You're not doing this right, blah, 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 blah. Unless I'm getting paid for it, I don't do that anymore. Why? Because it's not about them. It is about me. I look at my trigger, what is being a nuisance to me, and say, okay, why? What's here? Right? Because it's always from the inside out. If you let your outside external life affect you, take you out of your center, then you are allowing the external world affect you. And that's not what we came here to experience or to live. We come here to not let anything outside of us affect our internal peace, our internal joy, our internal happiness. Okay. So just be mindful of where you might be criticizing or trying to control, and step back and really take full radical responsibility of yourself and yourself only. Okay. Let's see. The theme is raw healing conversations. Okay. It is about making sure that we rest and reset. It is about taking responsibility, like I said, and repairing any conflict in relationships, and advocating for yourself. Okay, if someone's treating you awful or wrong, it's time to set new boundaries with that person or situation, or completely walk away. Okay, what you allow in your field right now is going to determine what kind of experiences and lessons you have for the remainder of a year. Okay, so that's really important. It is about letting go of old patterns and limiting beliefs that are keeping you small. It's about no drama and creating balance in every part of your life: your sleep, your relationship to yourself, your spiritual practices, your working out, taking care of your body, relationship with others, relationship with yourself. I said, right? A sacred reciprocity. Reciprocity. There we go. Okay. And because we're in Libra, which is the planet of relationship, and Venus entered Libra, we're going to see a lot of closing cycles, which we talked about, but also new cycles. And they need to be closed and let go, because if you don't do that, if you're still hanging on to people that are not in alignment because you're trying to look for outside validation, you're blocking yourself from getting new higher vibrational connections, romantic and platonic. So if you do close those chapters, if you finally let go of attachment of those people that are not showing up in your life how you would desire, okay, and connecting and letting go of the people that you were connecting from a low vibrational connection, from a wound, then what happens is that the relationships coming into your life this month and for the rest of the year are going to be easier. They're going to meet you at the vibration that you're at, especially in dating and romantic relationships. It's about creating fair connections and contracts with the people that you're calling in. Okay. Let's see. Right here. Okay, so Pluto on October 13 also stations direct in Aquarius. What does that mean? It means a power rewired. You're going to have this energy of empowerment, is going to feel expansive. What can I create? What is the vision? Aquarius is all about future and visionary. It's also about seeing where other people have power struggles, right? And creating transformation in that. You might even see it in the world, power struggles in community or in, politics, but we're not here to add fuel to that fire. We're here to bring balance into that, okay? And build from community and heart-based connections and spaces, okay? And let's see. Okay, so fresh starts in relationships, collaborations, contract, and clean resets. So if you've done the shadow work the last couple of weeks, if you've done the spiritual practices, you've done the inner child work, you will start to see a lot of balance come in and elegant new beginnings, which is so exciting. And I feel like I've been doing major shadow work for the last like 2 months, if not more. And it was an internal calling, right? I didn't know these energies were coming. And so I feel very aligned with that and very excited to see what new things are coming in, right? Especially in business and relationships and connections and partnership. And gracefully releasing the ones that are misaligned is important to receive these new codes and new abundance, okay? We talked about clarity coming in and taking only aligned action. We talked about creating devotion over distraction. Okay, this energy is helping you create that. If you don't use it for this, you're only adding more energy to the distraction, and that's going to be part of your lesson for the next year. So be mindful, love yourself, and put yourself first to receive the strength to be able to clear and set boundaries with yourself so that you won't engage in behaviors that you engaged in before. Okay. And let's see, we are going to be also called into leadership. It is into seeing the bigger picture. What do we need to do to get into this leadership? Do we need to get into more into purpose, more into alignment? If you don't know your purpose or you don't know where to go, there's blocks, there's energetic blocks, there's things within you in your field and within yourself that is not allowing you to take off the veil, that's keeping you from having that clarity. So that's where I invite you to do shadow work, inner child work, have space. I'm opening my space up for 4 new clients when we start this month in 2 weeks up to December and January, where I'm going to do one-on-one coaching and be able to help you unpack and clean and clear your energy field, your body, and realign to your soul and get into higher vibrations and activate your spiritual gifts and get into alignment with what your soul came here to do. So if this speaks to you, send me a message and we'll see if we get on a consult and see if this works for you. I'm also doing the group calls twice a month with these updates and energetic, I call it forecasts, that really help each of us use all these tools each month to get into a better alignment with mind, body, soul, and the physical elements, right? The abundance and the wealth and the pleasure of life. So if this speaks to you too, and you want to enjoy the Empowered You group, which is what this call was about, also send me a message and I will send you the invitation. I hope this served you well. And before we finish, I just want you to close your eyes and come back to yourself. Take in 3 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, and exhaling, receiving all the activations, the clearing, the codes today. Even if you didn't understand it or remember, know that your soul received exactly what it needed to step into alignment, into the next best version of self. This journey is about coming home to your soul, to realizing that you are not your mind, you are not your body, but that you are a beautiful light being with infinite possibilities, with infinite abilities to create, to manifest, to live in wealth and abundance, to truly experience divine love. But to get there, we have to begin the journey back home to ourselves and put in the work. Taking a deep breath to integrate that, to promise to yourself that you are a fuck yes to yourself, that you will take advantage of the next few months to really step into a better version of yourself, a leadership, connected, whole and complete. And taking one more deep breath in through your nose. And opening your eyes, knowing that it is done, it is done, it is done. Fuck yes. Woohoo! So I'm celebrating you as of today on your new journey. I'm super excited. Thank you for being here with me, for receiving, for exploring, for opening yourself up, because you, my friend, have everything you need inside of you. Just need to crack that shit open and go for what you want. It is your time. It is your time. I'll see you on the next one.